We're at Blizzcon talking to Matthew Berger, the senior level designer on Diablo III Reaper of Souls. Seeing as Diablo is, and I'm not saying this to sound cheeky or anything, but Diablo is all about the random levels. Yeah. So I wonder, like, level designer, sort of, doesn't that run counter to that?
No. So we have an incredible level design team on the PC side of the game who have been working on Reaper of Souls, and even though the game is random, you still have to make all the little bits that fit together, and then you still have to make sure that the monsters are appropriate to the areas. They create events, you know, the boss fights and all that. So there's a lot to be done. And then on the console side, on the Ultimate Evil Edition, which is what I'm working on, we have to take that content and we have to translate it for a new medium. We have to make sure that it works properly on console. We have to look at the powers, the new class. We have to look at the boss fights, all that sort of stuff, and then make sure that it's the most awesome console game that we can make.
So what's the sort of, like, what's a typical difference that you might need, or change that you need to make from PC to console to get the thing working?
So it really depends on which area of the game. If you look at the Crusader, for instance, which is the new class, so the Crusader, some of his abilities are going to be, he has an ability where he throws a shield and it bounces between enemies, and that one works just fine. You know, it works awesome on console just as it does on PC. But his other attack, Falling Sword, where he leaps up into the sky and then comes down like Iron Man and crashes into the ground, on console, it's a little bit harder to target specifically guys in the back, and we have to kind of work at that. Make sure that the ability is going to be just as responsive and as usable on console, and yet as precise as we can get it.
So what is the differences entail for the level design part of it?
So, you know, the levels are actually going to be the same. You know, one of the great things about the PS4 is it's extremely powerful. So we have the whole original game. We also have Reaper of Souls along with everything new in it. So Act 5, a new story, a new class. We have Adventure Mode, which is a new way to play the game where all the waypoints are completely open. You can go anywhere in the game. So that obviously takes advantage of the horsepower of the console once again. And then we add some new features for console that actually are not going to be on PC. So we're adding player mail, player gifts, and Avenger kills, which don't exist on PC.
So what's an Adventure kill?
So an Avenger kill is the way it works is as follows. I'm playing the game, and I'm awesome because I'm naturally awesome. But I get distracted by somebody, you know, a bright light, you know, keys jingling somewhere, and I get killed by a monster. And usually what happens is you lie there, you're looking at the console, you're like, oh my god, you resurrect, and then you go and you keep playing. What's going to happen now is there's a chance that that monster is going to level up after having killed you, and he's going to open a portal, he's going to jump into the portal, and he's going to disappear. And then all of a sudden you're playing, because you and I are friends, and I'm on your friends list, and you're playing, and then you get a message, and it's like, Matthew's Bane has entered your game, and this monster that killed me is going to jump into your game, even though we're not playing together. He's going to jump into your game, he's going to have new powers, he's going to come after you, he's going to try and kill you. If you kill him, you get loot, I get loot. If he kills you, then he's going to level up again, get more power, he's going to become your killer, he's going to jump into your friends list, find somebody else, you know, and hunt them down. Right. So it's our way of trying to make you and I share our adventures, even when we're not playing at the same time, make us feel like we're part of the same community, the same world, a greater connected sanctuary.
When you talk about that monster leveling up and coming into my game, I can't help but think about the hound monster they were showing off at the panel earlier today, that basically takes a piss on your corpse after it's killed you. So not only does it do that, but now it also gets stronger.
Yes, if that monster kills you, there's a chance that after he's finished urinating on your still warm body, he might actually then level up, go into a portal, and hunt somebody else down to do the same to them.
Oh my god.
Or if you're playing on hardcore and he's killed you, he will actually come back the next time you make a hardcore character. So you have a chance to avenge your own hardcore death, or you can really be in trouble and just start dying again to that monster and just be cursing at it.
Does he jump games in hardcore as well?
No, in hardcore he's going to stay in your game because hardcore is different and you're going to want to take your revenge.
Yeah, okay, I get that. Let's talk some more about Adventure Mode, because that's a brand new part of Diablo 3. So it's, yeah, basically for those who have no idea, what's it about?
So if you've played Diablo 3 for a long time, if you played Diablo 3 for a long time, you might have found a favorite place in Sanctuary where you find the monster numbers just right, the difficulty just right. You go there and you're going to just play there, kill a lot of monsters and get your loot and level up. That's great, except we've made a huge game with a ton of monsters, a ton of locations. We want everybody to be able to enjoy that because they're going to have a lot more fun. So what we did is we created adventure mode. And in adventure mode, we've taken the story out. The story's gone. All the waypoints are unlocked. You can go anywhere, and you can fight any of one of the monsters, any of the bosses. And so you'll go, oh, I'm going to go to Act 2 today. And you go to Act 2. And in each of the waypoints, you might have a bounty. There's 5 bounties per act. And you go to the act, and maybe the bounty is complete a specific event. Maybe it's kill a named monster, kill a boss, kill a certain number of monsters. Once you've completed the bounty, you get a reward, get some experience, get some loot. Once you've completed the 5 bounties in the acts, you get a bigger reward, a chance of legendary perhaps, and a rift key. And a rift key allows you to open a Nephilim rift. And that actually unlocks a little dungeon that has random tiles. So it's going to use different areas of the game that you haven't seen together. So maybe you start in a cave, then you go in the level underneath, it's a cathedral level, and then maybe underneath that there's all of a sudden Zoltan Kuhl's, kind of prison. And the monsters are also combined in new ways. So maybe it's like you have spiders with some of the corrupted angels from Act 4, or maybe it's some of the fallen with some, little undead from Act 1, things you might not be used to seeing. And once you've killed a certain number of monsters, all of a sudden you have summoned a Rift Guardian, a boss who's going to come and fight you in the middle of that dungeon, whether you've cleared it or not. And if you kill him, you'll get a chance at epic loot, at a legendary. And, it's basically an endless supply of new instances or new dungeons for you to play.
All right. There's been a lot of talk lately about console specs and how one game is performing versus PC and resolution and frame rates and all that. So for the record, is there any info on how Diablo 3 will play spec-wise on PlayStation 4?
Yeah, it's native 1080p. It looks gorgeous. We've added new shaders. We've spruced up the graphic engine. We've updated the lighting model, so it's going to look a lot sharper.
Like, is it the same look as the PC version, or have you added more stuff compared to what you can do in PC?
I am told quite convincingly by our lead gameplay engineer that some of the stuff we've added to console is being taken back to PC. So because we're one big team, so we talk with one another, and sometimes we'll do something and be like, oh yeah, we should put that on PC, and often they do a ton of stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's totally coming to console. So there's a lot of cross pollination.
Thanks for talking to us, Matthew.
It was a pleasure.